Namo Namaha. Myself, Mrs. Vidnyapana Gokarnakar. I am teaching in Parle Tilak English Medium School, Vile Parle, Mumbai. I am teaching Sanskrit in the school since 2010. While teaching Sanskrit grammar, we have realized we can develop this concept very skillfully and in a playful way by developing few models. While teaching Sanskrit verbs, we realized there are more than 2200 verbs in Sanskrit grammar. We initiate Sanskrit learning at the 8th grade in school learning. So to make this concept very easy to understand, we have developed Sanskrit verb complex. Sanskrit verb complex is a very huge complex, just like a stadium. The verb complex has got two wings. First wing is called as Parasmaipada, second wing is called as Atmanepada. It has got 10 floors in each building. They share the common lift. Every root, though it is a verb complex, roots stay in the complex. So inside the flat, they go with their own identity, so all the roots stay in the flats. Now while coming out of the flat, when they come down with the help of a lift, they carry some symbol. After adding the symbol in the root, they come down to the stalls arranged here. Parasmaipada building people will go to Parasmaipada section and they get their own endings like Lat Lakar, Lang Lakar, Lot Lakar, Vidhiling Lakar. It is nothing but all the tenses in Sanskrit which are labeled in terms of lakaras. Similarly, Atmanepada root will come down by the same lift having the same symbol as per the floor, and after coming down they will be having the same symbol of same ending of Atmanepada building. So how root takes the form of a verb is shown through this complex. Now to understand this complex better, we have 2D model of the same root complex, same verb complex. If you see here, the same thing is given here. Now there are many roots staying in the same complex. So we have tried to show that in the 2D model here, so that the students will understand it better. Now here you can see the replica of the verb complex. Here you can see the replica of the verb complex. So these are the different roots staying on each floor. The speciality of the verb complex, on every floor they have their different identities. So on the first floor, whoever stays, he will have his own identity. 1, 4, 6, 10 are frequently used floors. So we have labeled them as domestic floors, and the second group roots belong to the commercial floors. Now if you can see here, this is our lift structure from inside. Vikarini Dhatu Vahika. So Vikarini, when the root enters the lift, what happens in the lift is told through this. So if the root is staying on the first floor, when he enters the lift, he gets the symbol A. When the Nruta, who is staying on the fourth floor, when he enters the lift, he gets the symbol Y. So in the lift, they get different symbols, which is called as Vikarana in Sanskrit grammar. So the whole lift is labeled as Vikarini Dhatu Vahika. If you see here, this is a bowl. Now we have tried to develop one whole manual. This is our manual. In the manual, we have mentioned the whole Sanskrit grammar concept. As per the grammar rules, the Sanskrit grammar is standardized by our grammarian Panini all around 5th, 6th century BC. Since that, whatever concepts were developed, we are trying to generalize them for all the Sanskrit learners. So in this manual, we have tried to explain the theme And to understand the theme, to evaluate it, we have developed different games here so that the concept will be drilled. Let's enter the verb complex. If you see here, this is our A building and this is our B building. The first building is named as Parasmay Padam and the second building is titled as Atmane Padam. Now there are many roots who stay on different floors. Now let's go on the 10th floor. 10th floor is very important floor of the whole complex. Look here. This is Chinta. This is Chinta. Now Chinta stays on the 10th floor. It goes to the lift. Now when it enters the lift, it gets the symbol, the coupon. Every 10th floor root gets the coupon Aya. Now when Chinta gets Aya, it becomes Chintaya. Now once it gets the coupon, it comes down here. It goes to stall number 1. Stall number 1 is Lat Lakar, that is present tense stall. If you see here, there is a set of endings. Ti, Taha, Anti, Si, Thaha, Tha, Mi, Vaha, Maha. Now let's say if this Chintaya, the root Chintaya wants to wear the uniform Ti, it becomes Chinta plus Aya plus Ti, that is Chintayati. So the root becomes the verb when it comes down on the ground. Now that is how every root can have different uniforms. Now see here, Lat Lakar has 9 endings, Lang Lakar has 9 endings. These are their uniforms. So when the roots wear the uniforms, they become verbs. Now to understand this concept, we have developed different games so that the concept will be drilled. This is the bowl. In the bowl, you can see different roots kept. Now students should segregate them or should keep them on the right floor. For example, if this is Bhuja. Now they must know that Bhuja stays on the 7th floor. Everybody has one permanent house, so their addresses are fixed. So Bhuja stays on the 7th floor in the PP building. So Bhuja will go on the 7th floor. So we can have one game here where we can use the sand clock, and we can tell students to segregate all the verbs. This is a game called as Krushnika, a pull the tab game. The word Krushnika we have derived with Krusha stays on the 1st floor of the complex and Krusha means to pull. So we have derived the term Krushnika. Now here the child is supposed to recognize what the action is and he is supposed to recognize the lift symbol which will be added here, and once he writes here, this is rewritable, and after he can cross check that what is the answer and what is the expected verb. So that is how we have tried to inculcate majority of the verbs which are needed in daily Sanskrit conversation. This is Lakara Stambha. The word Lakara means all the tenses and moods of Sanskrit verbs. Now to evaluate how much the child has understood, we have made this Lakara Stambha. Every pillar is the indicator of different Lakara. So here in the box we have all the different diyas. On every lamp, every diya we have different verb written. So this can also be the time game where students need to arrange all the lamps on the right pillar. For example, Tolayati belongs to Lat Lakar, Praveshati Lat Lakar. If I want to arrange this Ahasar, it would come on lang lakar. Amunchata also would come on lang lakar. So this is complete lakara stambha. Right now we have introduced lat lakar, lang lakar, lot lakar and vidhiling lakar, that is present tense, imperfect past, imperative mood and potential mood. So this will help us to evaluate the child if the child understand all different lakaras in Sanskrit grammar. This game is named as Medha wins, that is Medha wins. We all know Medha is retrieval of memory. So we are going to see how much students retrieve while playing this game. This game is just like snake and ladder. Students need to start here. This is the dice specially made for this game. On the dice, what is written is Uttam Purush Ekvachan, Pratham Purush Ekvachan, Pratham Purush Bahuvachan, Madhyam Purush Ekavachan, Uttam Purush Dvivachan, Uttam Purush Bahuvachan. So 6 sides are asking for the different forms with respect to the Purusha, that is person concept. So when you will actually play this, and if it is Uttama Purusha Bahuvachana, then my coin should go to Uttama Purusha Bahuvachana, which is So if the dice is asking for Prathama Purusha Ekavachana, my coin should go to Prathama Purusha Ekavachana. Now if I know the Prathama Purusha Ekavachana, I will directly go from 1 to 3. Again when I will play, and if this is Madhyama Purusha Ekavachana, then I must recognize Madhyama Purusha Ekavachana is Amilaha, and my coin will go directly to number 9. So while playing, this is specially arranged for lang lakar, that is imperfect past. So all imperfect past verbs are there on the board. These are 100 past tense verbs have come together on one sheet. So the whole attempt is to make them understand all the forms which take place in past tense in Sanskrit grammar. This is our root cafe. If you can see here, it is arranged like a coffee table. Now the tables are reserved for different categories. If you can see here, the first table is reserved for 1 pp. 1 pp means all the roots which stay on the first floor in pp, that is Parasmay Pada building. Now we will have a bowl in which different roots are kept together. Now when they will be arranged on the table, those who belong to 1 pp will be magnetized to the board. And those, now for example, now all these are stuck to the board. So they all belong to 1 pp. But see here, this krudha is not magnetized. So this is not belong to this table. So easily we can segregate which is 1 pp and which is not 1 pp. Similarly, we can have for 4 pp, 6 pp and 10 pp. So this root cafe is basically for all the roots which belong to the same category, and they will sit together and enjoy coffee. Welcome to our Darjeeling girls. These are Puttalikas. Now they are trying to collect the leaves. So this game is titled as Krudanta Patrani. Krudanta is attributed to verbs. Now these are different crops in which you will find these type of verbs written on it. Now the Puttalika will collect one of the varli cutout from the box. For example, this. Now after seeing this image, this child is supposed to recognize what subject they are trying to talk about. So this is indicating this. So it is Madhyama Purusha Ekavachana, which is Tvam. So once they recognize this is Tvam, they will start picking up the leaves of Tvam. These are the leaves. Now this Puttalika is indicating PP and this Puttalika is indicating AP. So she will pick up only PP leaves. For example, Pujayasi, she will keep it in her bag. Yudhyase, this is AP, so she will keep it her bag. Bhashase, this leaf will be going in her bag, and Kupyasi will go in her bag. So they will basically pick up the pluck the leaves and will put in the appropriate bags. So she will take Manyase, Driyase, Ramase, and she will take Hasasi, Kathayasi, Nrutyasi, Vadasi, and so on. So both these will help us to understand PP and AP with respect to every subject written on it. So now after learning the verb complex, we are moving towards understanding the sentence formation in Sanskrit with the help of verb complex. So this was the subject Tvam, and this will be the verb Vadasi, and this will be the verb Ramase. This is Pratyaya Sandha game, which is just like a jigsaw puzzle in English. Now here we are supposed to arrange all these pratyayas, that is endings, as per the lakara. Now this whole jigsaw is dedicated to lat lakar, that is present tense PPND. So we just need to arrange this. Even if we don't know the order, the manual is here with us, which should look like this. And even if we don't know the endings, we will just go on arranging this. And after arranging, every learner, Sanskrit learner, will understand these all belong to lat lakar and this is the sequence. So sequence is very important when we learn all the verbs with respect to every purusha. So even if the child doesn't know what are the endings, he can just go on arranging it, and after he arranges, he will come to know ti tah anti, si thah tha, mi vah mah is the proper sequence. So just like lat lakar, we have different lakara pratyaya sandha bunches with us, so that every child will understand every lakara in a very proper way. This game is titled as Shabda Sankhya Vistarah. It is very significantly designed. You can have a look here. These are the subjects. These are the verbs. Now these positions are very, very significant. So if this Saha is on first column, even Pathati is on the same column. So when you want to multiply 1 into 1, so take this 1, take this 1 here, so it would be Saha Pathati. So that will make my one sentence, and 1 into 1 will be expanded in Sanskrit as Saha Pathati. Similarly, now this is 4. So now if I want to expand 4 into 4 here, I'll say this is Tvam, and the same position I get Pathasi. So 4 into 4 will give me the expansion as Tvam Pathasi. That is how I will get all the Sanskrit sentences with the help of this Shabda Sankhya Vistarah. Now we are moving towards making sentences with the help of verb complex. So verb complex will teach us what are the exactly verbs, and according to the positions here we will be able to get this Shabd Sankhya Vistarah. So at a stretch we will get 9 Sanskrit sentences with the help of this Shabd Sankhya Vistarah. This is our AP Shakatika. Now we are going to frame verbs with the help of this Shakatika. Okay, here this is the house of one AP. Fine. I have say as one element, compa as one element, and as one element. So let me arrange this. This is my vehicle. I'll arrange the root first, compa. Then I will add I'm getting compa as the body of the root, followed by the ending say. I get the verb compassate, and this is the house of compa 1 AP. So that is how I will get one compartment of every one compartment of every root. So here is the train in which we got one compartment of 1 AP. So this is whole Shakatika is attributed to all the roots belong to.
This is the verb complex. One of the most important component of the building is the lift. Now you might be wondering what's inside the lift. Let me tell you. So this is something what looks in the lift is called the Ikarini Dhatu Vahika, which means that the lift performs the action of giving symbols or identities to the dhatus. Now let's take an example. Patha, he lives on the first floor. So whenever he enters the lift, he gets the symbol A, and when they add, it becomes Patha. Same way, when Nruta from the fourth floor enters the lift, gets the conjugation Ya, and so Nruta becomes Nrutya. And same like Patha from the first floor, Likha too gets A. So Likha becomes Likha. Why? Because the first floor was very crowded, and so the elderlies from the first floor wanted to live a peaceful life, and so they shifted to the sixth floor. So this is the series for of the conjugational signs for the respective floors. For the first floor it is A. For the second there is no specific conjugation sign. For the third floor it is Dvitva. For the fourth it is Ya. Fifth Nu. Sixth again A. Seventh Na. Eighth U. Ninth Na, and 10th Aya. Now look at the dhatus. Pratha from first floor gets a conjugation sign. Nruta from fourth floor gets a conjugation sign. He forms into Nrutya. Likha from the sixth floor gets the conjugation sign A, and he gets A and he becomes Likha. Puja stays on the 10th floor, and so he gets the conjugation sign Aya, which makes him Pujaya.
This is our verb complex model. This is our replica of the verb complex. And this is the 2D verb complex. This verb complex is for individual learning. It makes learning of dhatus and kriyapadas easier since the model is portable and fun to use. So, we have been talking a lot about dhatus, but this is a verb complex, isn't it? So how exactly are dhatus useful in the actual formation of a verb or a kriyapada? Well, there is a special formula for that. Let us take an example. Patha stays on the first floor of the verb complex. So, as Hriday explained, the verbs on the first floor get the conjugation sign A. Hence, Patha becomes Patha. But after that, how does Patha turn into an actual verb? Well, for that, Patha has to go down to one of the many stalls on the ground, and from there, he has to select a particular tense or lakara, and accordingly he will get his own ending or suffix. So our patha comes down and we say that he wants to go to the lat lakar stall or the present tense stall. Now he can choose from various suffix options. Ti, tah, anti, si, thah, th, mi, vah, mah. If he says, I want to be Pratham Purush Ekvachan, so the suffix for Pratham Purush Ekvachan is ti. Hence, he will become Pathati. On the other hand, if he decides that he wants to take something from the Lang Lakar stall, then he will go to the Lang Lakar stall and there he can choose from other 9 endings. If he says, I want to be Uttam Purush Ekvachan, every root has its own specific special address. Now, if we say Likha, Likha stays on the 6th floor in the PP wing, as in the Parasmay Pada wing. So, the address of the root Likha is 6 PP. Similarly, if we talk about Tusha on the 4th floor, then what will be the address of Tusha? 4 PP. Similarly, if we take a root from the AP or Atmanepada wing, Rama stays on the 1st floor in the Atmanepada wing. So, the address of the root Rama will be 1 AP. The special formula for the formation of an actual verb using a root is the root plus conjugational sign, which forms the body of the root with the appropriate suffix, which in the end forms kriyapada or a verb. So for example, Chinta, the address of the root Chinta is 10 PP. It stays on the 10th floor in the PP or Parasmay Pada wing. So the conjugation of the 10th floor is Aya. Then our root Chinta plus the conjugational sign Aya will form Chintaya, and the suffix for Latlakar Pratham Purush Ekvachan, which is ti. In the end, it will form the verb Chintayati.
In this verb complex, we have 2 wings and each wing has 4 stalls, namely Lat Lakar, Lang Lakar, Lot Lakar and Vidhiling Lakar. The endings or the suffixes of the Lat Lakar stalls are Ti Tah Anti, Si Tah Tha, Mi Vah Mah. So, if Patha comes down to the lip and gets the conjugation sign A, and if he comes to the Lat Lakar stall, and if he wears all the endings, he will become as Pathati Pathatah Pathanti, Pathasi Pathatah Pathatha, Pathani Pathavah Pathamah. If Patha comes to the Lang Lakar stall, and if he wears all the suffixes, he becomes Apathat, Apathatam, Apathan, Apatah, Apathatam, Apathatha, Apatham, Apatava, Apathami. But in Lang Lakar, A is the indicator of all the verbs. So, every form will have A as the beginning. If Patha comes down and comes to the Lot Lakar stall, and if he wears all the suffixes, he becomes Pathatu, Pathatam, Pathantu, Patha, Pathatam, Pathata, Pathani, Pathava, Pathama. And if Patha comes down and goes to Vidhiling Lakar stall, and if he wears all the forms, he becomes Pathet, Pathetam, Patheyuhu, Pathehe, Pathetam, Patheta, Patheyam, Patheva, Pathema.
In AP, we have different endings for their different roots. Such as, for example, we take Rama. In Lat Lakar, Rama would become Ramate, Ramete, Ramante, Ramase, Ramethe, Ramadhve, Rame, Ramavahe, Ramamahe. Just as in PP, in AP2, A is added before the verb in Lang Lakar, which is why in Lang Lakar, Rama becomes Aramata, Arametam, Aramanta, अरमथाः, अरमेथाम्, अरमध्वम्, अरमे, अरमावहि, अरमामहि. In lot lakar, rama becomes ramatam, rametam, ramantam, ramaswa, rametham, ramadhvam, rame, ramai, ramavahai, ramamahai. In vidhiling lakar, rama changes to rameta, rameyatam, rameran, ramethaha, rameyatham, ramedhvam, rameya, ramevahi, ramemahi.
The endings of the lat lakar stall are ti tah anti, si thah tha, mi vah mah. The endings of the lang lakar stall are tat tam an, visarga tam ta, ba ma. The endings of the lot lakar stall are tu tam antu, shunya tam ta, ani ava am. And the endings of the vidhiling lakar stall are it itam ihu, ihi itam ita, iyam iva ima.
Compared to PP verbs, AP verbs have different endings. Such as in lat lakar, AP verbs will end in te, ite, ante, se, ithe, dhve, I, vahe, mahe. In lang lakar, AP verbs will end in ta, itam, anta, thaha, itham, dhvam, I, vahi, mahi. In lot lakar, AP verbs will end in tam, itam, antam, swa, itham, dhvam, ai, avahai, amahai. And in vidhiling lakar, the AP verbs would end in ita, iatam, iran, ithaha, iatham, idhvam, iya, ivahi, imahi.
Let us now play the game Krushnika or Pull the Tab. Hriday, what do you think this girl is doing?
That girl is singing.
Okay, so what do you think the root Gaya means?
Gaya means to sing.
Correct. Now we know that Gaya resides on the first floor in the Parasmay Pada or PP wing. What is the conjugational sign for the first floor?
For the first floor, the conjugation sign is a.
Correct. So, what will be the answer for the box?
The answer for the box will be Gaya me, because Gaya plus a plus me is equal to Gaya me.
Correct. And what does Gayami mean?
Gaya me, that means that I am singing.
Correct. So now, when we pull the tab, we can understand that whatever Hriday said is absolutely correct. Gaya plus the conjugational sign a plus the suffix me forms the verb Gayami, which means I am singing.
Now let's play the game called Medha wins. Medha means retrieval of memory. So let's see who retrieves more. Let's play.
Pratham Purush Bahuvachan. The ending for Pratham Purush Bahuvachan is an. So we will go to an. Here there is no specific ladder, but we directly go to an. So I went 10 steps ahead. So it is a kind of a ladder.
Now it is Uttam Purush Ekvachan. Let's see which verb is Uttam Purush Ekvachan. This is the Uttam Purush Ekvachan verb. Anayam. Because the ending of Uttam Purush Ekvachan is
I also got Uttam Purush Ekvachan. So I will go one step ahead with Hriday.
Same way we play the game till we reach the end. So whoever reaches the end first wins. So Medha wins.
This Lakara Stamba has been especially made to test a student's knowledge of various tenses or lakaras in Sanskrit along with their different suffixes according to each verb.
People usually find lakaras and their various suffixes very difficult and confusing to memorize. Let's see how much you have understood.
Yes. Now we have a verb tolayati. It has the suffix ti. Now I know that the suffix ti is a suffix for lat lakar pratham purush ekvachan. So now I will put the verb tolayati under lat lakar. Now you try one.
So, I have chosen a verb, atadayata. I know that the extra is added for lung lakar verbs, and lung lakar verbs of AP end in ta, which is why I will put atadayata on the lung pillar.
Now let me try one more. Adriyata. So again, this verb has a prefix a and has a suffix ta. So now I will attach this verb to the lung lakar column.
Now let me try once more. I have got a verb, pravishati. I know that lat lakar verbs of PP end in ti, which is why I will put pravishati on the lat lakar pillar.
Let's play the game Krudanta Battarani.
What does this picture symbolize? It shows one person pointing towards many other people. So what can it be? Tuam? No, it is te. So now our puttalikas will segregate the verbs for te.
This is the word Khadanti. Khadanti belongs to PP ending. So we will put the Khadanti in PP Puttalika's basket.
Now there is a verb dishante. So dishante belongs to the AP basket. So now the puttalika with the AP basket will put dishante in her basket.
Now let's check another subject. This subject is Tvam. So now we will segregate the leaves according to the subject Tvam.
We have a verb nritya si. Si is the ending for tvam for lat lakar pp. So now we will put this leaf in the pp basket.
This verb is Bhashase. Bhashase belongs to AP ending. So we will put this leaf in the AP basket.
So now we will be playing a game called Shabda Sankhya Vistaram. What do we have here?
We have a set of subjects and their corresponding verbs.
But then how are we going to arrange them?
They have been written in order. For example, in 1 into 1, we write Saha Pathati.
Oh, then for 2 into 2, will it be Tau Pathatah?
Absolutely correct.
Yes. Similarly, we have arranged all these subjects and verbs. Oh, they're forming sentences. So, Saha Pathati means he reads.
Likewise, Tau Pathatha means those two read. Te Pathanti means they read.
So, this is how sentences are formed.
Let's play AP Shakatika, which roughly translates to AP Train. We have made this game to evaluate students' understanding of AP verbs. Let's see how much Hridaya has understood.
So let's start. I'll take the verb dishete. Now, how does dishete gets formed? Let's form it. So, first we will add the main root. Then we will add the conjugation sign. And then we will add the lakara pratyaya, that is the tense ending. So this is the formation of the verb dishete. And in the end, we will add the address of the root, which is 680.
Let me try once too. I have taken the verb bhashate. So I know that the root of the verb bhashate is bhasha. Its conjugation, that is for the first floor, is a, and that its ending is te. Thus I make the verb bhashate, and I know that it is from the first floor of the AP wing.
Welcome to the special Root Cafe. Today I have with me 1 pp, 10 pp, 6 pp, and I myself am 4 pp. Each of us have our own special corner reserved on the coffee table. Let's see who will be joining me on my table today. Cooper? Yes. Now how about Da? No, seems like Da won't be able to join. Let's try Tusha. Yes. So today I have with me my friends Tusha and Cooper from 4 pp.
Let's see who can join with me. Likha. Yes. Krudha. No, Krudha is not joining because he is from the 4th floor.
Let's see who will be joining me. Tada tada, definitely. Gacha, definitely no, because he is from the first floor.
Let's see who joins with me. Yes, Dhava is allowed to join with me. Let's take Vidar. Vidar is not allowed to join with me.
Namo Namaha. Teaching of Sanskrit has taken place all over India, outside India, at different levels. Sanskrit pedagogy has to be changed as per the demands of the current scenario. Sanskrit grammar is very systematic, authentic, and scientifically arranged. The system, which is developed by Sanskrit grammarian Panini, is being followed even today. That authenticity and validity of Sanskrit grammar should reach students even at school level. Myself being Sanskrit teacher in school, we have been trying to inculcate this language through different techniques, strategies, methodologies which will be suitable for the current scenario. Students need to understand this systematization of Sanskrit language, Sanskrit grammar effectively. That's the reason the language which students understand is to be imbibed by Sanskrit grammarians so that the Sanskrit, which is the language of India, will reach maximum scholars, maximum students and all Sanskrit learners. Verb complex is an attempt to make students understand Sanskrit grammar systematically. All different games which are made, they will help us to evaluate the concept which is taught through Sanskrit verb complex. Sanskrit language can be the programming language because of its validity, systematization and standardization. So that validity itself helped us to make working models, to make different toys which can be used to make students understand different concepts. याच्यातलं आपण थोडं काही काही एडिट करू. हां नाही थँक्यू. हां थँक्यू बोलते आणि काय बोलू. हां Sanskrit is the language of India. Right from Vedic civilization, since we have Takshashila in 5th century BC, we have been teaching this language to the world. So, let's take an opportunity to make this language easy and fun for all the students even at school level by introducing effective playway method by making different toys to make understand Sanskrit grammar concepts. Thank you.